Do you ever find yourself caught in the loop of habits, wondering how they shape your life without you even realizing it? It's a common phenomenon we all experience, navigating the intricate web of routines that influence our daily decisions and actions. As you journey through the complexities of your mind's workings, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant tug-of-war between routine patterns and rationality. But the real question is, how do we break free from this tug-of-war? The book The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg answers all these questions. Here is a quick summary of the power of the habits. Let's start. 4 best takeaways from the book. 1. The habit loop. Habits work like a 3-step loop that starts with a cue, followed by a routine, and ends with a reward. The cue is like a trigger that kicks off the habit, such as hearing your morning alarm or feeling stressed after a long day. It's something that prompts you to act. Once the cue sets off the habit loop, you move on to the routine, which is the actual behavior or action you do in response. This could be anything from brushing your teeth in the morning to snacking on chips when you feel anxious. The routine is the habit itself, the thing you do automatically. After completing the routine, you experience a reward, which is the positive outcome or feeling you get from doing the habit. It's like a little treat for your brain that reinforces the habit loop, making you more likely to repeat the behavior in the future. Understanding this habit loop is important because it helps us analyze and change our habits. By recognizing the cues that trigger our habits and the rewards we seek, we can intervene in the cycle and replace unhealthy routines with more positive ones. For instance, if stress triggers the habit of snacking on unhealthy foods, we can experiment with alternative behaviors like going for a walk or practicing deep breathing to achieve the same sense of relief without the negative consequences. 2. The craving brain. The concept of the craving brain delves into how our brains are wired to seek out rewards, driving our habits and behaviors. It's not just the action itself that we crave, but the satisfaction or pleasure we anticipate from the reward at the end. This anticipation generates a strong craving that compels us to repeat the habit loop. For example, when we hear the notification sound on our phone, it's not just the act of checking the phone that becomes habitual, it's the expectation of feeling connected or entertained that creates a craving. This craving makes the cue irresistible and the habit difficult to break. Understanding how cravings work is essential for dismantling unwanted habits. Instead of trying to resist the craving directly, we can learn to satisfy it with healthier routines that still provide a similar reward. It's like tricking our brain's craving system into accepting a better alternative. By hacking into our brain's craving system, we can cultivate habits that promote our well-being and align with our goals. Rather than letting our cravings control us, we can harness the power of our craving brain to work in our favor, leading to positive behavior change and personal growth. 3. The golden rule of habit change. The golden rule of habit change offers a strategic method for reshaping habits by focusing on substituting the routine while keeping the same cue and reward intact. It acknowledges that habits cannot be erased but can be transformed. The cue, which triggers the habit, and the reward, which reinforces it, remain consistent. However, the routine, the behavior itself, is where change occurs. By pinpointing the routine that needs adjustment and understanding the reward it provides, individuals can intentionally swap out negative habits for positive ones that offer a similar reward. This approach maintains the structure of the habit loop while utilizing it for constructive change. For example, if the cue is feeling stressed and the routine is eating unhealthy snacks for comfort, the reward may be temporary relief from stress. Instead of trying to eliminate the habit altogether, one could replace it with a healthier routine, like going for a walk or practicing relaxation techniques to achieve the same stress relief. Ultimately, the golden rule of habit change empowers individuals to redirect their habits toward more beneficial outcomes while respecting the brain's established patterns of cue and reward. This method makes habit transformation both achievable and sustainable, fostering positive behavior change and personal growth. 4. The importance of belief. Belief is the silent yet powerful driver behind our ability to break old habits and form new ones. It's not just about believing in the possibility of change on a surface level. It's about a deep-seated conviction that change is possible, even in the face of setbacks. This belief often requires external support, a community, or a network of people who share and reinforce this belief. providing a sense of accountability and encouragement. When we talk about changing habits, understanding the habit loop, cue, routine, reward, is essential, but it's the belief in the change that fuels the journey. This belief acts as the foundation upon which new habits are built and sustained. It's what keeps you going when the initial excitement wanes and the challenge of maintaining new routines becomes apparent. Importantly, belief in change is not static. It can grow stronger with each small success, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces the new habit. Action plan. Now that we've delved deep into the essence of the power of habit and uncovered the critical elements that drive our behaviors, it's time to shift our focus from understanding to action. 1. Dissecting the habit loop. Dissecting the habit loop is the crucial first step in changing your habits for the better. This process involves breaking down your habitual behavior into its fundamental components: the cue, the routine, and the reward. To get started, select a specific habit you want to transform and pay close attention to its workings. Firstly, focus on identifying the cue, the trigger that sets off your habitual behavior. This cue could be anything from a certain time of day to a specific location, an emotional state, the presence of particular people, or even a preceding action. By pinpointing the exact cue, you gain insight into what prompts the habit to begin. Next, clarify the routine, the actual habit itself. This is the behavior you engage in automatically when the cue arises. It could be something like reaching for a snack when feeling stressed or scrolling through social media when bored. Lastly, uncover the reward you gain from this routine. What is it that you truly seek or obtain from performing the habit? Is it relief from stress, satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment, or perhaps a momentary escape from reality? Understanding the reward helps shed light on why the habit persists and what needs it fulfills. By dissecting the habit loop in this manner, you gain valuable insights into the inner workings of your habits. 2. Experimenting with rewards. Experimenting with rewards is a vital phase in the journey of habit change. This step involves digging deeper to uncover the true reward that your brain seeks when engaging in a particular routine. Often, the reward you perceive from a habit may not tell the whole story. For example, if your habit involves snacking when stressed, the reward may not solely be the snack itself, but also the temporary distraction it offers from your worries. To conduct experiments with rewards, maintain the same cue but modify the routine, and then observe how various rewards impact your craving. For instance, if you're addressing the habit of snacking, consider replacing the snack with alternatives like taking a brief walk, drinking a glass of water, or practicing a few minutes of meditation. Following each experiment, pay close attention to your feelings and reactions. Are you satisfied with the alternative reward? Do you still experience an urge for something else? By systematically experimenting with different rewards, you gain valuable insights into the underlying motivations behind your habits. This process empowers you to identify healthier alternatives that fulfill the same needs, paving the way for successful habit transformation. 3. Isolating the cue. Isolating the cue is a pivotal step in the journey of habit transformation. Habits are initiated by cues, which are signals that trigger our brain to start a particular behavior. These cues can be categorized into 5 types: location, time, emotional state, other people, and the immediately preceding action. The task here is to detect the specific cue that launches your habit routine. To isolate the cue, start by observing the circumstances surrounding your habit. Keep a log for a few days, noting the time it occurs, where you are, how you're feeling, who else is around, and what action immediately preceded the habit. This detective work aims to identify patterns that consistently precede your routine. 4. Building a plan and belief in change. Having a plan is the final yet most crucial step in the action plan for changing habits. After identifying the habit loop, cue, routine, reward, and experimenting with different rewards to satisfy the craving, and once you have isolated the cue, it's time to solidify your strategy for change. This involves creating a specific plan that anticipates the cue and outlines a new routine to achieve the desired reward, effectively inserting a healthier behavior into the habit loop. Your plan should be clear and actionable, detailing what you will do when the cue occurs. For instance, if your goal is to replace the habit of snacking on junk food when stressed, cue with something healthier, Your plan could be to take a quick walk, new routine, to help relieve stress. Reward. Importantly, your plan should also account for potential obstacles and have contingencies in place to address them. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.